Welcome to Campus Culture. I'm Cassandra, and in this series, we're going to be talking to current campus students, faculty, and thought leaders in the higher education space. Keep watching to learn more about a member of our vibrant virtual community. So today I have Josie, who is a campus scholar.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, how are you?
I'm great. I'm really happy to be here in New York.
Josie's visiting us in our New York office space, and Josie is in her last quarter here at campus.
It's been a long time coming.
So Josie, where are you from?
I am from Miami, Florida.
And what do you do outside of campus?
I like to call myself a jack of all trades. I am a model, I'm a content creator. I'm also an active Miss Haiti. I am a published children's book author, and I'm a student.
Published children's book author. Tell me about your book.
Oh, I'd love to. So I actually just published a book called I Am Haitian Enough, and it's part of this collection called the Ensemble collection, and it is supposed to be, it's in English and Haitian Creole, and the collection essentially is a beautiful representation of Haitian culture. I mean, there's like 7 of us authors in this collection, and all of our books touch upon different things about our culture. Mine's touches more so upon how you don't necessarily have to be raised in your home country or be 100% Haitian or speak perfect Creole to feel as though you are represented or that you're enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I have to check that out.
I forgot to bring one for you guys. I'll bring one next time.
Oh, amazing. And you already gave us some sort of surprising facts in that, but what is something about you that people might be surprised to know?
Ooh, I honestly, I think what people would be surprised to know is that although I'm always doing something, I'm always running around, I am a homebody and I like to lay in bed and watch movies and watch TV. And I love a lazy Sunday morning. Like, I don't like to leave my bed. But if you look at my social media, you'd be like, Josie's doing something every single day, 24/7. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So let's take it back a minute to what were you doing before you became a campus student?
So before I became a campus student, I guess to bring it back even more, this is my second time doing getting my associate's degree. The first time I went to a state school and I had to leave because my family couldn't afford it. And then I got into insurance and finance. So I'm actually a FINRA registered financial advisor. I have my Series 6 and my 63. So I was working in the insurance and retirement industry for a while.
Okay.
And it was mainly sales, and I liked it. I loved financial literacy. I liked going out into my community and educating people, but I still wanted to get my education. So when I found out about campus, I was like, you know what? I think it is time to go back to school now that I have the opportunity to.
And what was it that convinced you to ultimately enroll and join our campus community?
I would honestly say it was the quality of education. Like the ability to learn from top-notch professors, top schools, and get an education that would be similar to if I were to attend these schools. That's what really made me want to do it. Because there's so many online programs. So what is really going to differentiate between all of them? And that was what stood out to me the most.
And so now that you're here and you've been here for almost your full degree, what has been your favorite part about the campus experience?
My campus family. I love the faculty. I love the staff, like from both the academic side of campus to campus the company to my campus friends. Like I would honestly say the sense of community has been my favorite thing about campus. And I do think I'm a little biased because I'm a trailblazer, but I love the people who started campus.
What have you seen grow and change about campus?
Well, for one, the student body. I mean, like from the first quarter to now, we've gotten so many more students. When I first started, we didn't really have any clubs because we didn't have the student body to be able to create the clubs. And now I feel like there's new clubs popping up every single quarter, from the Campus Creators Club to the Gamers Club. There's like, I love seeing the campus culture evolve more and more and I'm sad to go. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we're gonna miss you. What has surprised you the most about being at campus?
Ooh, honestly, I was one of those students that the school I went to before campus, it was a big state school. And I am a very independent person, so I like to be a small fish in a big pond because want to stay under the radar. I just want to do my thing. But what really surprised me and what I ended up loving was how tight knit it is and how I am able to get support. And I feel comfortable speaking to like my TAs, my professors. My student support coach is like, I love him. Like that's like he's more than just a student support coach to me. Like I love him to death. Like we talk about school, and he's also like interested in what's going on in my personal life because that affects my academic life, which is something that I would say like an academic advisor for my previous school. I saw them maybe like once a term. They don't know anything about me, and sometimes like I had one in the fall and I had a completely different one in the spring.
So can you talk a little bit about what the student support coaches are and what your coach's role has been for you?
Of course. So honestly, I don't know how to describe a student support coach because it's different from an academic advisor. It's different from a TA because they're not going to help you with your homework. But I would say that they are really someone who is there from your journey from the beginning to end, and they're almost like your faculty accountability buddy, right? Like they're checking in on you to make sure that you're not only doing well academically, but like how are you doing in your personal life and your work life. And they really want to know you so that they can better help you as a student. I check in with my student support coach more than the average student, but they really check in with you like throughout the quarter. They're always like, there'll be times when I get overwhelmed with school and my support coach, his name is Joe, he'll hit me up and he'll be like, hey Josie, I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, let's sync, let's catch up. I want to see how you're doing and like how our class is going this quarter. So I feel like the best way to sum up a student support coach is a coach. Like they're literally a coach. Like they're just there cheering you on, helping you along the way. And I love my coach. I can rave about the support coaches all day.
I love that. I kind of want a support coach.
Right? I'm like, can I take you with me when I graduate? Like, can you be my support coach in my next degree?
Yeah. How about what has been your proudest accomplishment at campus?
That's hard. As most people know, I create a lot of content for campus. Like I help the social media content team a lot. And I would say my proudest moment was when I got to go meet Shaq. And I got to like help with the Shaq project because I mean, I've been creating content for 3 years and I've done a lot. I've worked with big brands. I've done a lot of big projects, but the fact that like my school trusted me to go and create content, that meant so much to me.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about that experience and what it was for?
So that experience was absolutely amazing. It was essentially to let everyone know that Shaq is now part of the campus family. Shaq is now an investor and he is literally a part of campus. And we essentially wanted to create a podcast style series where they would be interviewing people of importance to campus. And what better way to start than with our newest like investor? So we did a whole production. They flew me out to Las Vegas. I got to meet Brittany from marketing. I got to meet the person who I talk to on a regular basis, like through a screen. And it was just a huge production. I got to meet Tade, who is the chancellor and founder of campus. I got to meet Shaq's team. And I can't even put into words. I feel like I'm mumbling and like stumbling so much because I'm trying to like think about that experience and summarize it into a short version. But I don't really think it can be summarized into a short version.
Amazing. Yeah. It was so incredible, so cool to see you be a part of that experience and be able to represent our school in this amazing way.
Yes, I was so proud to be there, especially as a campus student, because people were asking me, like people on his team, they're like, so what is it like? How do you feel? And I genuinely, like, I haven't had anything bad to say about campus or my experience at campus. I absolutely loved my entire experience there from the entire team.
So you had talked about the school that you were at before campus, and I'm curious, what have you been able to do as a campus student that you might not have been able to do at a different school, or maybe you couldn't do at your last school?
I think the biggest thing has been my ability to take my education everywhere. Because I went to an in-person school. So when you're not in class, like there are no recordings. There is no like flexibility with your schedule. What's offered is what you have to be there. You have to show up. But with campus, with everything being virtual, as long as I have Wi-Fi, I can be in class. Like I've been in class at a photo shoot. I've been in class before an interview. I've been in class at the airport. I've done homework from the airport. I've been in meetings at the airport. And with my lifestyle, I work from home. I also work as a content creator. I work as a model, and I'm always running around. So me being able to just pull out my laptop when I'm not able to go home for school, it makes it so much easier. Because I think the biggest thing with going back to school as an adult, like for transparency, I'm 25. So the biggest thing with going back to school is how does it fit with your schedule? Like, what are you gonna, how am I able to work and go to school when classes typically take place from like 9 a.m. to like 4 p.m. And that's when people work. So for a while, I didn't think that going back to school would be attainable for me until I saw how much campus, and not just like any online program, but like campus really fits into my lifestyle.
And what did make you go back to school when you did?
I had been thinking about it for a while. I come from a very education like focused family, and I just wanted to get it so that everyone would leave me alone. So being able to go back to school and get my degree at the age that I am currently, that was really my biggest thing. Once I saw I had the opportunity to not sacrifice my current lifestyle and education was just an addition, I was like, why not do it? It's only like 2 years, sometimes even less. Like, there are kids who came into campus with outside credits. They're done quicker. But honestly, 2 years flies by. Like, you don't realize how fast time goes by until you're graduating.
Yeah. So that's a perfect segue. What are your goals for once you finish your degree here?
So everyone laughs at me because they're like, what are your goals? I'm like, I want to be famous. But realistically, I mean, I love beauty. That was one of my biggest niches as a content creator. So eventually I'd love to work in the beauty space, definitely on the more administrative business side. But right after, I would say I'm currently applying for schools. I'm going to continue my degree. I'm going to get a bachelor's in business administration. I'm definitely in the application process right now, so I don't want to out myself with the schools that I'm applying to. But I will be continuing my degree. I also would like to essentially continue like my relationship with campus and maybe segue more into like a content role. I also want to take the knowledge I've learned in campus, because it is a business program. They've really given me a lot of tools into how to build my own business. Like, I've built like 3 fake businesses in the past year through my classes as projects. So I think I have a business coming out this year. But
oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Now I have to know, what were the fake businesses you've created?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so one project we did, we came up with a freeze-dried dog food company.
Okay.
That was one. Another product that we came up with for business was a adjustable yoga pants. Like, imagine like regular yoga pants, but they adjust at the waist. And we were so like, we could take this to Shark Tank.
I would buy those, yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going to stop talking about it so we can maybe hone in on it more. Hannah, I'm going to call you. We're going to talk about this on Monday. And I think the business I'm currently working on for my capstone project is the business I want to launch. Like, I'm applying, I want to come out with my own swim line. So I'm really using all the projects that we're doing currently as actual practice for my business mission. That's the same mission that I'm going to use on my website that I had to submit for class. My ethics, my values, it's the exact same thing that's going to go on my website. My consumer persona, it's the exact persona I want to target. So it's fun. I'm using school for my personal life.
As you should. Okay, yoga pants and swimwear by Josie coming your way soon.
Yes.
Cannot wait. Have your goals changed at all since you started at campus?
Yeah, I definitely think they have. I wouldn't say that they've changed. I think that they've refined. Because a lot of people question, like, what is it that you really get from like education? What's the point of college? And it's especially when you're not doing something like medicine or law or engineering, like, why are you going to school? Like, who needs to learn how to learn or how to think? But the thing is that you do need to learn how to think. So my time at campus has definitely refined how I think, and it's made me think a lot more critically. So I wouldn't say that my goals have changed, but they've became more concentrated. Like, I think before, when I was at campus, I had my first meeting with Tade, and he was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I want to be famous." He's like, "Okay, but like how? Like, what exactly do you want to do?" And now I have a much clearer answer of that.
So you talked a little bit about how what campus has given you, the tools and the knowledge. Anything else that campus has done to help you prepare for your goals?
I'm not gonna lie, campus has really done a lot for me. I love my campus family. I would say that they're giving me so much support with my application process. I worked my butt off and I made onto the Chancellor Circle. So I get to have all these like special little treats and like one-on-one meetings with people from campus. So I think the biggest thing they've done is create an environment for me to ask questions and ask for help. Because in education, you tend to get overlooked, or you tend to feel like people don't care because there are so many students, and there are students coming in every quarter, every term, every year. Campus allows me to feel comfortable to ask for help. Even though I've been here for like 2 quarters, they'll still treat me like I'm in my first quarter.
I guess last question, kind of throwing a little curveball at you, but do you have any advice for people who are thinking about going back to school or starting their college journey?
I love this question because I feel like I tend to have like the harshest answer, but it's the most like honest answer. When you're going back to school, the biggest thing you have to remember is that you have to remember that you're doing this for yourself and you're not doing this for anyone else, because school is just a lot. It becomes stressful, and a lot of times you're going to want to stop. So you have to remember your why, and your why can never be someone else. Your why always has to stem from you. Like, it always has to stem from you. So I would say that's my biggest advice, would be to, when you're thinking about going back to school, really pinpoint your why. Because for me, it was, I knew that I eventually wanted to finish my bachelor's, and I knew that I wanted to go into entrepreneurship, and I knew that I wanted a business degree. So that was really why I was like, okay, I think now is the best time. And I started my first quarter in 2021. So it was right after like the COVID pandemic really started to we started to go back to normal life. And I was like, okay, when else am I going to have the time to do this? So I would say, like, this all stems back to me summarizing that you cannot rush into education. You cannot rush into doing something to please others. You always have to make sure that it stems back to you. I think that's really the best advice I have.
I think that's great advice. And I think that's a great place to end it. This was such an amazing conversation. We love having you at campus.
I love being here.
And if this conversation has made you think about your why and you can picture yourself as a member of the campus community, head to campus.edu to learn more.